Construction of the new Ferndale City Hall serves as the backdrop for allegations of wage theft.
If you can have workers who aren't being paid the correct wage on a project such as the City Hall being built, right, the very fabric of where justice is supposed to take place, how can we protect the workers who may be your son, your daughter?
The North Coast States Carpenters Union analyzed payroll data from the worksite and allege a subcontractor hired by Dawson Construction underpaid their workers by $15 an hour, a total of $43,000. Labor and Industries is investigating. In 2024, Dawson was involved in a similar situation at Bellingham's new Sunnyland Elementary School, where L&I found a subcontractor failed to pay workers $142,000. In the trades, that loss is called a delta.
That delta could ultimately result in them not being able to pay their rent, not being able to pay or put food on their table.
According to the Washington State Institute for Public Policy, an estimated 14% of Washington construction workers were not properly paid between 2011 and 2021. That's more than $142 million in lost wages. For example, a subcontractor might classify a worker as a janitor instead of a carpenter. The worker gets paid a janitor's wages while doing a carpenter's more expensive work. This allows the company to keep costs down and win contracts. We want to be clear here, we are not accusing Dawson of any wrongdoing. A company spokesperson tells us it is the subcontractor's responsibility to properly pay its employees, which is true. But that begs the question, who pays if that subcontractor doesn't?
I really think the problem is the oversight.
State Senator Sharon Shoemake says L&I simply doesn't have the resources to police payroll at the 8,000 construction projects across the state.
Someone has to look into these contracts and figure out, are they following prevailing wage laws?
If you don't have the resources, you can't really expect to do the job.
Zach McCown wants legislation to ultimately hold general contractors responsible for paying the legal wage if the subcontractors they hire fail to do so. That's what Dawson says it did in the Sunnyland case, but a bill to make that law died in Olympia last year. Another attempt is expected this session.
There just needs to be accountability, and without that, we're just going to continue to repeat history.
Eric Wilkinson, King 5 News.